All right, guys. Happy Monday. I am going to try and get this recording done and posted because this week, again, we're going a little bit rogue in terms of the Connect 5 board. So hopefully this is easy enough to follow along with. So this week is May 18th through May 22nd. Now, if we had been at school, we actually wouldn't have had school on Friday. So in my email and message sent out to your parents, I did let them know that if you guys want to take a extra long weekend, feel free to get Friday's work done on Thursday, maybe after our team's meeting. So you guys are welcome to bump Friday's work to Thursday and then enjoy a nice long weekend because we wouldn't have been at school that day anyway. So, little side note there. Monday, today, you guys are going to watch a lesson video in math, but kind of a gift for you is that there's no Khan Academy practice with that. So you will not have a math assignment to do on Monday. So you will just have one math lesson to complete on Wednesday. So still watch the video for this week, or excuse me, for Monday, but don't worry when you don't see any link for Khan Academy practice on the math page on Teams. So just one math homework assignment for this week. In writing, we are going to start a new unit on Shakespeare. And this is where I'm going to want you guys to use the links that I send out in the weekly calendar rather than using the links on the Connect 5 board because we are actually a week behind. So please use the files on Teams, follow the links on the weekly calendar so that you don't get confused. If you click on the links on the Connect 5 board, you're going to be in some lessons that we won't do until next week. So please make sure that you're using the links that I send out so you don't get confused. So today you will have a writing assignment. You will watch a lesson on Shakespeare, and this is another one taught by my friend Jenny Selland at Moran Prairie. And so enjoy watching her video, her live stream lesson. I haven't figured out why it's being so glitchy. So if it continues to be glitchy, I'm sorry. It was a little glitchy for me as well. I think it just might be the videos and how they're uploading. So I don't know that it's anything we're doing wrong. So watch the lesson. And then you'll see on Monday, this highlighted chunk tells you that you have an assignment on Teams. So it says complete lesson 1 argumentative paragraph on Teams. So let's go check that out so that we make sure that the assignments are clear. Okay, I'm going to get to our Teams page, room 211, of course, and then let me think. If I go to assignment, that is where I think I want to be. Okay, so scroll down and we see ELA writing, argumentative, and expository Shakespeare paragraphs. This is another one of those situations where on the weekly calendar, it's broken into 2 assignments, but when you go into Teams, it's just going to be one document. This is the same as the formal versus informal letters that you guys completed a few weeks ago. So I want to make sure that that's clear, that on the weekly calendar, it's broken into 2 assignments, but on Teams, it's actually just one document. So let me show you guys what that looks like. So when you open up the assignment, it says after watching lessons 1 and 2, complete the argumentative paragraph and the expository paragraph on the topic of Shakespeare. So you'll have 2 different paragraphs to do, and those are located in the Word document. So I'm going to open this in Word. You might consider clicking download instead so that you can edit your copy. But since I'm not going to be editing this one, I'm just going to open it in Word because I'm not going to be typing anything. If you need to rewatch the videos, they're linked here. If you need to reread the article that goes with the first lesson, that's linked here. So you can find both of those. And then if I scroll down, the prompt is, should teachers expect students to read original versions of Shakespeare in school or not? So you'll read an article about how schools are kind of dumbing down Shakespeare. and your job is to form an opinion. Do you think that students should read the original, sort of complicated, convoluted versions of Shakespeare? Or do you think it's okay for schools to be, quote unquote, dumbing down Shakespeare? So make sure that you read the instructions here, check each of these bullet points off, and then you can start typing your argumentative paragraph here. So I might click and highlight all of this, delete these words, and then begin typing my response. I want to go back to the weekly calendar because I'm going to show you guys sort of the second half of this. So on Monday, it says complete the argumentative paragraph, which is what we just talked about. And then on Wednesday, it looks like there's another assignment, but I'll show you guys here in a second. I'm going to scroll down in that document, and that's where you will type your second paragraph. So if I go back to this, there we go. No, come on. Okay, I got my new computer and it's taken me a little while to figure out how to make it work just right. So thank you for bearing with me. So your argumentative paragraph will be here. Scroll, scroll, scroll. You won't want to submit this assignment until you've typed your expository or explanatory paragraph down below. So make sure that you complete the 2 paragraphs before you click turn in on Teams so that you guys get full credit. So the second paragraph that you will complete will be after you watch lesson 2, which was a little bit of information on who Shakespeare was, why he's important, what his life was like, what society was like when he was alive, things like that. So this paragraph is different. You're not arguing anything, you are explaining. So you will write an explanatory, expository paragraph explaining what you've learned about William Shakespeare. So basically, you're just going to inform me or teach me a little bit about what you learned about Shakespeare. So after lesson 2, you can come and type your expository paragraph here, and then you'd be ready to click turn in on Teams. Okay, so on your weekly calendar, that takes care of Monday's assignment. And don't forget Wednesday's assignment. These are the same document on Teams, just broken into 2 days. So that's ELA writing. If you need to get linked to those articles, you can go to our files and you would go to writing resources because these are writing assignments. And so this is where you can find the articles on Shakespeare Dumbed Down, so where you're forming your opinion, and then Shakespeare and his society, where you're going to be explaining what his life was like. So those are the resources on Teams for you to use for that. And then today, okay, this week I did something a little different. Well, way different. So give me some feedback. Let me know if you liked this. This week in social studies, I ended up recording a lesson on war in ancient Greece. And I clicked through a PowerPoint that I made and ended up teaching you guys a little bit about the major wars in Greece. So today you're going to watch part 1. So you would control click on this and that'll take you to another live video recording of me walking you through a social studies lesson. So let me know what you think about that. It was very fun to do. I liked creating the PowerPoint. It made me feel a little bit like we were back at school. So watch this video, and then you will have an assignment on writing 1 paragraph tomorrow. So let's jump to tomorrow. MobyMax or MathXL at your level. Tomorrow you will read an article titled The Process of Acting. So let's go check that out. There's not an assignment for that yet, okay, but there will be an assignment on Friday attached to this article. So let's go check that out so that I make sure that this is very clear. This would be ELA reading resources. And you'll notice when you click on this document, it is actually 2 articles in 1. So they have given you 2 different articles, and today your job, or excuse me, tomorrow your job is to read this first one, which is titled The Process of Acting. Now, this is very zoomed out. You can hover over it and zoom in a little bit, maybe a little bit more, so that you can actually read the words. So this first article is about actors and what it's like to be an actor. And it looks like it's about 2.5 pages long. And then you're going to want to stop when you see the next article, which is the film editor. And that one you would read and complete the assignment on Teams. So let's go back to the weekly calendar and check that out. So reading just the first half of the article, The Process of Acting, and no assignment for that one yet. Tomorrow you will watch part 2 of War in Ancient Greece, which is the second half of my tutorial where Greece sort of goes to war with Greece, and it's not very productive. So enjoy watching those lessons. And then tomorrow you will have one paragraph on Teams explaining how was geography important in the wars that you learned about in ancient Greece. So after you watch the videos, you will write me one explanatory paragraph explaining how geography played an important role in the wars. Now, if you wanted to, I want to show you guys one more thing with regards to social studies. If you wanted to click through the PowerPoint on your own, let's say you watch the videos and you go to type your paragraph on Teams and you're like looking for text evidence, right? Because you're going to do a great job. You're going to cite text evidence. Let's say you didn't want to go back and rewatch the videos. You just wanted access to the PowerPoint so that you could cite a piece of information. I want to show you guys how you can do that, or what I would do if I were you clicking through this. I'm going to give this a second to think. I don't know why it's not pulling up the same. There we go. So if I were you and you wanted to click through this PowerPoint, I would click present. If you just scroll down, look at this page. I ended up adding some transitions. So when you click on this, please don't adjust any of my information. Just come up to the present icon, click that, give it a second to think. And then what I'm doing is I'm clicking on my keyboard. I'm just going to click the right arrow. And that will walk you through all of the slides in the correct order, like I showed on the video. So this is the one where if you wanted a piece of information and you just go to that slide, it's going to be covered up because I added a transition. So that map shows up and then you click the arrow again and it goes away so that you can jot down any of this information to cite it in your paragraph. So that would be my suggestion there. Please don't mess up my PowerPoint, please. So use the present icon and just click yourself through. Oh my gosh, how do I get out of this? Ooh. Okay, learning curve is real big for me today. So that's a little side note on social studies. I did give you guys access to the PowerPoint so that you can click through it. And then, like I said, you'll complete just one paragraph. If you want to write more than one paragraph because you're like super jazzed about geography playing a role in war in ancient Greece, more power to you. I'd love to read what you have to say. So that's your assignment in social studies tomorrow. On Wednesday, you have a math video to watch, and then you will actually have some practice problems on Khan Academy. And then you'll finish up your writing assignment for this week. So you will watch lesson 2, where you learn about Shakespeare's life. And then this is where you would go into Teams and you would go to the assignments. Go to your expository paragraph this time. And this is where you would scroll down to that last page. Oh, come on. There we go. You would scroll down to the last page to lesson 2's written response type your expository paragraph, and then you'd be ready to click turn in. So that is, like I said, on the weekly calendar, it's broken up into 2 assignments, but on Teams, it's going to be in the same document. So hopefully that makes sense. Email me if you have any questions. Thursday is our virtual class meeting at 10 a.m. This one is dress up day, favorite character from like a book or story or movie, whatever, or favorite costume that you have. And again, yeah, come to Teams at 9:55. Make sure you mute your microphone, and you are welcome to use Thursday as a catch-up day, or like I spoke about earlier, you can bump Friday's work to Thursday and just get it done so you can enjoy an extra long weekend if you want. So Friday's assignment would be MobyMax or Math Excel, and then reading the second article in ELA reading. So remember, on Tuesday you read the first part, and then on Friday you would read the second article, which is, instead of being about acting, this one is about film editing. So you'll read about what that's like. And again, about 2.5 pages it looks like on that article. And then you'd be ready to complete the assignment for Friday, which is some reading comprehension questions. It says complete ELA reading comprehension questions on Teams. So if you go to your assignments, this one is ELA reading comprehension questions. So you would click on this and open. I would, again, if I were you, I would download the document rather than opening it in Word. But since I'm not typing a response, I'm not going to download it. And then this is where you would come and type your responses. Make sure that you cite text evidence, make sure that you watch your spelling, and please make sure that you are answering incomplete sentences. You want to make sure that your answers are academic, just practicing good academic responses. So notice that in the comprehension questions, the first 2 questions refer to information that was in that first article, the process of acting, which is the article you would have read on Tuesday. Then questions 3 and 4 are on the article, the film editor, which would be the article you would read on Friday. And then scroll down, there's 2 more questions where you are comparing the 2 articles. And then you get to formulate an opinion for number 6. It says, which job is more difficult? So after you've read about acting versus film editing, tell me in your own opinion, backed up by evidence, of course, which one do you think is more difficult? So that takes care of your reading comprehension questions for this week. Notice that there's no science assignments. I'm sorry. If you want to pop around on the Connect 5 board this week and check out the science videos, things like that, you are welcome to. This week, though, I decided to focus on social studies, since last week we focused a lot on plastics in the Pacific and we focused a lot more on science. So this week's a little bit more social studies oriented. So that takes care of your weekly calendar. This is another week where you might not want to use the Connect 5 board. Use the links in the weekly calendar, use the files on Teams to help you make sure that you have the right information to complete the assignments. I want to show you guys one last thing, and then I will let you go get to work. Don't forget about the science channel. If you're really jonesing for some science this week, since I didn't give you anything, you are welcome to come and check out the science channel and see what Miss Jensen has posted. So she's got some really cool activities for you, and you are welcome to complete these. You don't have to, but you can choose to if you want to. So that is the last thing from me that I can think of. I'll try and keep this video short, get it posted as soon as possible. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Bye-bye.